What's up, guys? Welcome back to the review space, and today I will be reviewing, kind of, more like a recap of Monday Night Raw of last night, the 20th of February 2012, basically the follow-up Raw to Elimination Chamber. I just want to talk about like the notable events that happened. So here we go. Okay, so we have Eve, and she was basically, it was a heel turn. Now, she went on to talk about how she used Zack Ryder in front of the Bella Twins, and she was going on about how he's an idiot, and, you know what I'm saying, she suckered him, and now she's famous because of it, after kissing John Cena, and then she's going to end up using John Cena. Turns out that John Cena was right behind her, and he overheard everything, and so we cut to a promo, kind of like an exchange between her and John Cena inside the ring, and John Cena would go on to just completely berate and belittle her and call her all these like implied, like she's a hoe and she's just a skank type of woman, and you know what I'm saying, she was just basically a cheap, you know, hussy type of girl. I don't know, this whole segment felt so awkward because what an opportunity missed. What a missed chance to turn this beautiful young woman who was a babyface and is generally well liked by the fans into a really cold-hearted, mean, very over type of heel. A villainous type of female character on Raw. I mean, Eve could have been a really like a bitchy type of character that everybody hates. Somebody like a Vicky Guerrero, but then she's got the looks. So she's got like the entire package going for her. She could have been a really amazing, really loathed kind of heel, but because she's so beautiful, she's got credibility. I mean, it really was a missed opportunity. I was just shaking my head watching this whole thing unfold. Cena just firing shots of insult towards her, shot after shot of just, oh, you're a hoe, you're a skank, you're a cheap, whatever. I mean, it was just like, I was like, why are they tearing her down so quickly? I felt like it was way too soon. I felt like Eve was, they cut her and they kind of attacked her right away. I think it was way too quick. They should have let it marinate. They should have let Eve kind of have her glory and kind of have her little reign of terror. You know, I would have enjoyed it for the next few weeks or so at least. You know, every single week, you know, she would come on and talk shit and talk smack about Zack Ryder. Oh, he's a piece of crap. He's never coming back. I ruined him so I can get ahead. I ruined him so, you know, I ended up using him. And then just kind of let her use other wrestlers. You know, have Eve kind of like be this leech woman. You know, this kind of almost like a who's that? Sensational Sherry. You know, just kind of this devious female who just uses, you know, all these wrestlers, John Cena, Zack Ryder, and then she could move on to other guys. I mean, again, this was a missed opportunity. I think that they tore her down way too quickly. Eve could have been a really good female heel, and it's just sad. Now, she's just this crying, emotional, pathetic thing, and it didn't even really make any sense that she, like, broke down in the middle of the ring. I just thought it was so awkward. It was just, it felt rushed. The whole thing felt rushed. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so we have John Cena talking smack about The Rock. The people's champ, The Rock. And of course, I mean, this was basically just John Cena getting one over The Rock, kind of. You know, just giving him some promo time and letting this feud actually finally having some airtime and setting it up for WrestleMania 28. These two are obviously gonna duke it out against each other. I predict that it's gonna be a pretty darn good match, and Cena's gonna win. I mean, there's just no doubt in my mind that John Cena is gonna definitely beat The Rock, and he's gonna, because he's the younger star, and then you know you're gonna have the younger guy go over the veteran, the older guy, the star of yesteryear, I thought it was a good promo. I thought Cena delivered okay. I thought that the stuff he was saying felt like it was there was some kind of truth to it. I did think that Cena still lacked some passion in his promos. It just didn't feel like he was just kind of speaking from some kind of pre-written, predetermined kind of thing, where it just didn't feel like he was so passionate, like, oh, I'm totally gonna destroy The Rock. Like, I was hoping for him to just, like, look straight in the camera and just, you know, his voice and the tone in his voice. I was just hoping for him to just show more passion, you know, more aggression, be more convincing as a guy who's gonna tear down The Rock, a guy who's gonna defeat The Rock, the guy who's been away for 7 years. And really, it was an okay it really was a decent promo, but I felt that it could have been even better. But this is just the first step, really, so we'll see. I mean, we'll definitely see how The Rock reacts, you know, next week, the exchange that's going to happen between these two. Alright, so we have a little match between Sheamus and Mark Henry. Sheamus beats Mark Henry really quickly. Not surprised with this because Mark Henry he was the top guy on SmackDown. He was a world champion, and they put Mark Henry over Sheamus before, so now I think it's Mark Henry's turn to put over Sheamus. Kind of, you know, again, that kind of even Stevens type of booking. You win one, I win one. You win one, I win one. Hooray! And that's basically WWE's way of booking. Kofi Kingston and R-Truth are tag teaming up against Epico and Primo. This one, I believe that Kofi was able to hit the Trouble in Paradise, and they were able to win. I don't know. It's just a random kind of tag team pairing. I mean, there's a chance that maybe, you know, Kofi and R-Truth could win the tag team championships. Maybe even at WrestleMania, you know what I mean? But do I care about it? Epico and Primo, I like them as tag champs, you know, so it is what it is. Alright, what else? David Otunga against Ezekiel Jackson. David Otunga easily defeating Ezekiel Jackson. I mean, he defeated him just like that. So, I don't know. David Otunga against Big Zeke. I thought that Zeke could have been a bit more stronger in this match, the way he was booked. I thought that Big Zeke could have put up a better fight. I mean, it's not like Ezekiel Jackson's a much larger figure than Otunga. Like, he just seems more powerful, so I figured that at least it would be some kind of a little bit more even, but I can understand why David Otunga won. Okay, so we have a promo with Triple H and Undertaker. I honestly just don't care about Triple H against Undertaker. I just don't care anymore. I don't care about it. I don't even want to see it. So, to anybody who's interested in this, they are going to do it. Triple H said yes. I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm just not a fan of this. I'm done. I'm sick of this. I don't want to watch Triple H and Taker anymore. I'd rather see somebody else go up against Taker, but that's not going to happen, so oh well. Alright, Daniel Bryan against Santino Marella. Daniel Bryan easily destroying Santino Marella. Not a big surprise there. Alright, Oksana and Kelly Kelly against the Bella Twins. I didn't even watch this match. I don't care. Alright. Alright, so we have a #1 contender battle royale. And it was basically the guys from Elimination Chamber in the World Heavyweight title and the WWE title picture. Basically, this was Chris Jericho going over and beating all these guys: Dolph Ziggler, Santino, Kofi Kingston, The Miz, Big Show, R-Truth, Wade Barrett, Great Khali, to become the #1 contender for CM Punk's WWE Championship. Yeah, not a big surprise. I think everybody predicted that this was going to happen. Chris Jericho was the only one who wasn't eliminated legitimately at Elimination Chamber. I thought it was kind of a cheap way to have Chris Jericho as the #1 contender, though. It just feels kind of strange, like, okay, he's the #1 contender. just you know, just out of the blue, like almost like this kind of weird random match that doesn't even have any proper storyline behind it. It doesn't have a proper build-up. It was just sort of, okay, let's schedule this, and, you know, we'll see what happens later on. Like, it's just, the way that they're setting up everything for WrestleMania 28 feels so, I don't want to say last minute, but it feels so rushed and tacked on, and there's no, like, intense build-up or intense feuds. I think that, I'll give you an example. I thought the John Cena and Kane feud was decent. They could have had, like, a John Cena versus Kane match at WrestleMania 28. That would have been, like, the blow-off match to blow off the feud, and that would have been the final thing, and it would have been I would have accepted that. I would have probably enjoyed it. No matter how, like, amazing the match becomes, I would have enjoyed it because it would have been a really long-lasting feud if they kept building it up, adding new elements to it, but it was still Kane versus Cena, and John Cena ultimately turning heel. I know I've mentioned before that I was kind of getting sick and tired of it, but it was really more about the Zack Ryder, Kane, Eve thing. You know, it was that sort of that weird love triangle thing, you know, with John Cena. I was getting tired of that, but as far as Cena and Kane, it's an interesting feud, and we're not getting any of that. Like, we're not getting, like, an interesting feud with Jericho and Punk, Sheamus and Daniel Bryan. Like, it just doesn't, I guess it's because I wish there was a longer build-up. You know, I wish there was more longer feuds. Like, if they started the feuds, like, they started setting it up in January, February, early February with, like, you know, Daniel Bryan attacking Sheamus, and then Sheamus, you know, he has to sort of avenge and kind of, you know, get revenge, and so, you know, I don't know, like, I just wish there was more build-up to this. I just wish there was more proper booking. The episode of Raw, I thought it was okay, you know, so episode of Raw. Not much to say. I think that the whole Eve thing and John Cena thing was so awkward. It was so bizarre just seeing Eve almost become like this weird, crazy, desperate woman. I don't know what they're gonna do with Eve now. I don't know if she's gonna, like, stay as a weird, crying heel, and then she sort of hates everybody, or is she gonna be like this user of men, and she's gonna be like this devious heel? That's probably the most interesting thing to occur. That's what got my attention. Oh yeah, and Ron Simmons, he's in the Hall of Fame. But, hey, all I can say with that is, darn! Bow, 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 bow. Ah, well. Alright, so that's it for my little review of Raw, February 20th. Yeah, I mean, stay tuned for the next review, I guess. I mean, the WrestleMania is on, baby, and I can't wait for The Rock to return. I guess he's coming back next week, so it should be interesting. Until next time, this is The Review Space. Ciao!